I will go through the roster for London very quickly. We have 00 Dusty, 088 Amazing Disgrace, 12 Bothwell, 162 May Cause Mayhem, 17 Luggage, 2222 Diarrhea, 2305 Struggle, 29 Harm Assist, 300 Earnest, 49 Rogue Fun, 750 Brute, 8 UK Daddy Bod, and 98 Paul Mergeddon.
Very quickly, the roster for Oslo, it's 108 Kiki Long Skates, 1314 Picante, number 2 Feline, 242 Winter Wolf, 321 Slaymo, 37 Guns N' Roses, 412 Rain Check, 42 Panzervina, 455 Frozen Runer, 46 Dark Mess, 59 Kathleen Aymar, number 6 Just Jeff, 64 Jenny Vidivici, 69 Badebra, 73 Hey Doodle, 79 Torture, and 82 Bloody L.
Okay, so as I mentioned in the last moment, I did get a co-announcer. Can you all hear me, or it seems like yes, I get thumbs up, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Sounds like we can talk.
My name is Whippen Red Siren. I skate for Rotterdam Roller Derby.
And I'm Bita, and I'm a member of Oslo Roller Derby.
Yes.
What a combo.
Yay. And it's been intense. I've been happy to be here, and I'm happy to announce this last game between London and Oslo. We already had the first jam. We were kind of getting our bits together here. 4 points already on the scoreboard for London Roller Derby, and a little official timeout gave us the time to kind of get in check and get ready to actually announce this very last game of this wonderful tournament. And let me say thank you to Oslo Roller Derby for putting this tournament together. Let's focus. There is something happening at the scoreboard table.
Just a little reminder that there's a lot of work involved. There's a bit of a technical problem.
Yeah. A little issue with the scoreboard. Restarting it without breaking anything. Apparently the game didn't properly start in the system, and of course it needs to all run smoothly, so we'd rather take some time to get that together. Let me just check in with all of you. Are you ready for this last game? Yes, I think that can be louder. Are you ready for roller derby?
That's a lot better.
Thank you. That helps for us also to feel that you're hearing us actually, that we're not just talking into thin air. Okay, we're ready to go again.
Let's see. We have Picante jamming against Struggle for London.
And a first penalty for a jammer. So this is Struggle lead jammer in favor of London. Power jam, and monetizing on it, 4 points in this jam already scored.
Struggle coming back for some points. Hard offense from London.
Nice offense there from 088 from London. giving the opening on the inside for struggle. Both jammers back on track. And also the skater that went to the penalty box, blocker for Oslo, back on track. But of course, that was the initial trip through the pack for Picante. No points for Oslo, 8 points for London, makes 12 against 0 on the scoreboard.
Next line already ready. London taking the jammer line.
Very clearly wanting that back line there. 4 butts on the line.
Claiming it for themselves. Let's see the strategy that comes with it.
And then within the 5-second call, we see the setup for the start. London with the tripod in the back, and just Jeff challenging that tripod in the front. It is just Jeff out, lead jammer for Oslo Roller Derby.
London jammer fighting hard, giving a hard time to the Oslo blockers. But just Jeff already getting some points.
In that first scoring trip, trying to push through that wall of pink. London playing 4 people defense there, now sending 1 person back to do offense for their jammer. That makes it possible for just Jeff to get through and score the 4 points.
But London follows close. They finally got out of the pack and they're going to put some pressure on the Oslo jammer. That calls off the jam.
And Palmergeddon making a nice apex jump, but that started after the whistle, so no points for London. 4 points for Oslo, now also points on the board for Oslo Roller Derby. And we see Kiki Long Skates getting ready to jam for Oslo. And Dusty for London, but Kiki Long Skates in the front, out first, lead for Oslo. Kiki Long Skates taking a tumble there on the outside in the turn, but also now on their way to the penalty box. I did not see what that penalty was though.
Okay. London
Whoa!
coming. Whoa.
Dusty taking a turning tumble.
So
And
London
it looks
trying
like
to take
this is
advantage of
a
the
tough
power.
game.
Oslo jammer back on track. Now both jammers fighting, and London jammer finally out of the pack.
And with no lead in this jam, this will be a 2-minute jam with 30 seconds left on the clock. Both jammers are eligible to score points.
Lots of action happening. Everyone fighting hard. Oh, tried to do a star pass, but it was not legal. So the pivot had to give back the star to Kiki Long Skates.
And Dusty in the front just stepping out with that toe stop. Has to recycle behind, but Kiki Long Skates finishing their initial trip. Not back in the pack, so no points there for Oslo. And it seems like that was
1 point for Oslo, 16 for London. That was a complicated jam.
$16 points for London, taking it to 31 against 5 points. Jam 5 started. with Torture and Struggle with the stars on the helmet. Torture in the front, one blocker to pass. Keeping inbounds on that outside there. Lead for Oslo.
But London following, not far back. There was a star pass, and that forced Oslo to call off the jam. That's good strategy move from London.
Short jam, quick score, call it off, make sure that the other team does not score any points. 4 points earned by Torture. For London, that's with the star on the helmet, that's Palmergeddon. And Picante for Oslo, struggling there, pushing that tripod, finding the opening on the outside. And again, lead for Oslo.
Meanwhile, we have a very busy pack with blockers playing both.
Palmergeddon through the pack with the star in hand, and that means that Oslo calls off the jam to make sure no points are scored by London. 13 against 31. If you like a palindrome, this is your moment. Numerical palindrome. If you like it, cheer. Yeah, I like numbers like that too, so I'm happy there's more people that enjoy that. So we started with Just Jeff with the orange star, and the pink and black star is worn by Dusty for London. Dusty comes out first and is lead for London.
Meanwhile, Just Jeff is still fighting in the pack, trying to get to that first pass.
Dusty
and
coming in hard.
But some jammer action on track. They call the jump. Oh!
Right in that call off, the hit from Just Jeff on Dusty. I think it was still within the 4 whistles, so that was a legal hit. And I know I have been a jammer in the far, far past. You think when you call off you're safe and it's done, but it's not until the 4th whistle it's the end of the jam.
Correct. Don't get yourself relaxed too early.
Oh! That's just too bad. London lining up their jammer too late, so this might become a penalty.
And it was just a matter of a couple seconds, but it might be. The referees are discussing.
And as a blocker, you can jump on track, but as a jammer, you need to be behind that jammer line to start the jam, and this is potentially a delay of game penalty. I am guessing. I'm not a referee.
Big responsibility for jammers. They have to be ready on time.
Yeah, that's just a shame. It's too bad. And it can happen, of course. Sometimes so many things happen at the same time. So we see a referee skating towards the London bench. Yep, somebody needs to sit down in the penalty box.
Looks like the captain has to sit for this mistake of like the team, right? So London will be starting with 3 blockers on track.
And Oslo the same though.
Oslo too.
3 on 3. Kiki long skates. And Palmergeddon jammers in this jam to be number 8. Oh, we see a jammer switch for London. That looks like Struggle now lining up as a jammer for London against Kiki long skates. A great example of how all sorts of people can do this sports, body types. And Kiki pushes through, is out first as Lee Jammer. Struggle taking the star in hand, finds the opening on the inside, also finishes their initial trip. Kiki long skates, took the pass, easily on the outside there. Makes it look easy at least. And full score, 17 against 35 on the scoreboard.
Next set of blockers and jammers getting ready on track.
Both teams still with one blocker in the box. That could mean that there are 3 on defense. Oh, Torture on that inside line, tiptoeing through, is out first, and Lee Jammer, Paul Mergeddon, puts the helmet cover back on because was able to get through.
Torture getting some points, calling off the jam before the London Jammer can get in the pack. Trying to get them at 0.
So mind you, these games are sanctioned, so the points, even if you are not the winner of a game, the amount of points still counts towards your rankings. So that could mean that we score, keep them at 0, so short jams can happen. 21 against 35. We have 18 and a half minutes left in this first period, and we have an official timeout. Checking penalties, making sure that all the data is correct. I see a thumbs up there from the penalty board.
Oslo was missing a pivot, but they managed to fix that just on time before the whistle.
Okay, voices have been used in this weekend, and it is London out first with Dusty as Lee Jammer. Picante in the pack, getting a penalty now, a cut.
Out.
Stepping outside of the line and gaining an advantage is not allowed, so that will get you a penalty. And a penalty means 30 seconds in the penalty box.
And then Oslo, London is taking that to their advantage. They stopped the jam, so now they can start on a power jam for them. Also, they have 4 blockers on track, and Oslo has just 3.
Yes.
That looks promising for London.
A 4-corner start there for London now within those 5 seconds, setting it up, and that's a struggle getting through and gaining Lee Jammer. And now we can't really see it, or I can't really see it. Struggle is through, that's what I can see.
There's some heavy offense happening from London. They're managing to limit the movements from the Oslo blockers, helping their jammer to get through.
Picante back on track, having 1 to pass. Now finishing their initial pass, initial trip through the pack. And the call off by London, finishing this 11th jam in this first period. 6 points added to the score of London, making 45 against 21. That means 24 points in this game. And with about halfway the first period, that is not a decided game yet, of course. There's still 3 quarters to play.
We know 20 points in derby is very little.
We were asked to turn it. We were asked to turn it down a little bit because it's hard to hear the referees. Apparently this is better. Is the audience still able to hear us though? Can I get some thumbs up if you still hear me?
Here's some hands up saying they do
Yeah,
can
okay,
hear
thank
us
you for
on that
listening in.
side. I'm not sure, the right side. Are they sleeping? What do you think? Are they watching Derby?
They're
Are they listening to
analyzing
us?
the game. Or just, banter.
Making their own mental comments. They don't hear us. Okay, the German line needed to be fixing. It seems to be pristine, like new, ready for a new jam.
And it looks like we have Palmergeddon and Kiki Long Skates getting ready to jam this 12th jam.
Palmergeddon seems to like to be very close to the line, while Kiki Longskate seems to want a little bit of distance, maybe to get some speed before the whistle goes. Whistle before she hits the pack.
Yeah. And then maybe also to look where the other jammer is going to potentially follow or see if the other side's opens. It's hard for us to see with 3 referees in front of us. Kiki Longskate's out first.
London seems to have successfully done a star pass.
Diarrhea now the jammer for London after that star pass. Kiki Long skates through the pack and calling it off.
Another jammer for 4-0. A lot of very low scoring jams, but as I said before, every point counts.
And Oslo seems to inch closer, make that gap a little bit smaller every jam. But of course, London is trying to prevent that. So let's see what this second quarter of this first period will bring. We see Dusty and Just Jeff jamming. Dusty finds a little opening on the inside, but there's still blockers from Oslo there, making their life difficult, but it is Dusty out first. Lead for London. London losing 1 blocker to the penalty box. Slight advantage. Oh, Just Jeff having to go to the penalty box for a high block.
Power jam for London.
Oh, apparently hard hit on Dusty, forcing that call off. But that does mean that there will be a power start in favor of London.
So London has a power start, but they have 2 blockers in the box. That will be interesting. 2 blockers for London, 4 for us on track. So different kinds of advantages facing each other.
Yes, and struggle discussing with their blockers how to handle this advantage and disadvantage. And blocker London keeping 1 blocker from Oslo in the back, defining the pack in the back, making it possible for struggle to push through and become lead. Oh, nice work there on the outside line by struggle.
They just swing by. Easy 4 points look like it.
Yeah, jammers sometimes make it look so easy.
It's so hard, make it look so easy.
The toughest job there is, struggle is able to get through again.
4 more points for London.
Just Jeff now passing the star to Feline.
They're trying to force London to call off the jump as they just did.
London had 11 points in that jam, but Torture back on track for Oslo against Palmergeddon for London. Palmergeddon in the back against that 4-wall of Oslo. Torture able to pass that 3-wall of London. Lead for Oslo. London losing another blocker to the jammer. Oh, and a blocker.
Seems to be a little bit of confusion on track, but blockers have found each other, set up the walls, ready to stop Torture.
And Torture was stopped there for a moment, but quick to get back up and do the twisty-turny thingy. Oh, 1-6-2. That is may cause mayhem. Well, yeah.
Recycling Torture back, getting themselves some more time to get the rest of the players out of the box.
Palmergeddon back. Torture now out of the pack. Palmergeddon putting the chase in though.
A little bit of jammer action and Oslo calls off the jam. Okay, a little bit of time for the officials that need to figure some things out. In place, official timeout is over. We're ready for the next jam.
Just a little announcement from the Rotterdam merch. At the halftime, it's the last moment that you can buy some Rotterdam merch. Then we will start packing up, and also for the other teams. So in the halftime, you have a chance to buy your last merch and your raffle tickets from Oslo Roller Derby. It's just a nice way to win prizes and maybe, also support this amazing team getting this event together. And this is also a nice moment to thank all the officials that came to Oslo. So let me hear you for the officials! Woo!
As was mentioned earlier today, we have a lot of officials and volunteers coming to Oslo from many different countries.
Yes, so let's also cheer for people putting this event together. Thank you, volunteers! Woo! Because you know, if they weren't here, we could not have such an amazing, fun event, which is well organized. Everybody's happy, and we can have nice merch, nice line work. Oh!
Look
The
at
jam
that!
started. Just Jeff, or it's Picante, right? Picante, yes. Picante and
Followed by
Dusty.
Dusty.
Oh, a little late call. No points there for London though. And 3 points for Oslo.
Little correction there, it was 3 points instead of 4, as the referees just informed.
Yeah, you can look at the scoreboard, of course, but also at the jam ref holding up a hand with an amount of fingers for the points. We see just Jeff there now, to pass and lead for Oslo. And struggle also through the pack with the star in hand. Just Jeff around on the scoring trip. How many people were passed?
This is starting to be a pattern. Independently, which team is getting lead, the other jammer just rushes behind and forces them to call off the jam. Do Oslo and London have the same strategy?
Well, they're kind of going back and forth with scoring points, and it's still a 20-point game. So let's see what happens in the last 10 minutes of this game, of this first period. Kiki long skates. We see Dusty, now the only jammer on track. Kiki long skates has to sit down in the penalty box. I did not see the penalty though. Sorry, I was distracted for a moment. So Dusty having to fight against Oslo wall, but of course London blockers were all free to help out because there was only one jammer on track. Dusty around now on the scoring trip, calling off the jam just as Kiki long skates comes back on track.
It was a really nice offense from London, that they were like keeping all the Oslo blockers towards the line with nowhere to go, so it was a lot of space for the jammer to get through.
That inside was completely open there. And we see now Palmergeddon and Torture on track. Both teams, 4 blockers on track. Palmergeddon taking a little knee there. Torture from the back now recycled back behind the jammer line. Pushes against that tripod of London. Palmergeddon right behind Torture when Torture is pushed over that inside line again.
It's a very active pack, everyone going back and forth and back and forth. No one wants to be in the front, no one wants to lose the jammer first. Both jammers want to be
London sending one blocker to play offense while Oslo keeps all 4 blockers in the front. They're now able to do a little offense and is able to free Torture, but Palmergeddon putting in the chase to put the pressure on for Torture to call off that jam. 0-0. A lot of work for no points, but hey, sometimes that's what's happening, and it does cost time.
Little official review.
Is it timeout?
Timeout.
Not official review.
Oh, sorry, I'm mixing names today. Sorry about that.
It's okay. We're at the end of this weekend and our brains are a little bit fried. A little moment with jammer ref and scorekeeper. That's Picante on the inside, tiptoeing on that line, out first for Oslo. Struggle is in the pack, helmet cover in hand, while Picante is back around on their scoring trip. Oh, again, is able to stay inbounds on those toe stops. And Struggle sitting down in the penalty box. This is a power jam. Picante now 2 to pass.
Fighting
Pushing
hard to
through
get out of the track. out of the pack. That was the second scoring pass, and going back for the third one. Oh, we never stop learning new terms. But
OMG, a 12-point jam makes this now an 11-point game.
getting very close between the two teams when it's just 5 minutes left till halftime.
Just Jeff and Dusty with the jammer covers on. And it is Dusty on the outside, finding the space to get out first. Lead for London. Just Jeff with the helmet cover in hand, having to pass, may cause mayhem. Forearm penalty though on Just Jeff. I do think Dusty did not realize that had become a power jam, but that means Struggle will start this next jam with a power start, as Just Jeff had to sit down in the penalty box for a forearm penalty.
Well, not the worst way to start a jam for London, if you ask me. That looks promising for them right now.
Back to a 15-point game, 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. Struggle finds enough space on the outside to get past, become lead, and come around for the first scoring trip. And London getting ready to play that offense on the outside, but Struggle finding enough space on the inside to do a little apex jump, landing inbound, scoring all the points.
And they do it again.
Oslo's blocker and jammer returning from the penalty box. Just Jeff has passed the start to Feline, but Just Jeff, as a blocker now, needs to sit down in the penalty box. Apparently not used to sitting down on the B instead of on the star, because sat down on the star first. And again, London is starting this next jam with a power start, and now Dusty already back. Team time out for Team Black. That means Oslo is taking a moment to reset the team, maybe calm down, breathe, drink some water, and as we say in Dutch, have all the noses point in the same direction.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, the London players seem very ready, already on track, already taking the jammer line, while looks like Oslo has two blockers sitting on the box.
Yeah, one of those blockers is Just Jeff, normally a jammer, but after passing that star, now a blocker. So the next jam will have to show their blocking skills.
Yeah. Little reminder now that in 3 minutes it will be halftime. Halftime, it will be the last chance to also get something from the cafe. So go get your coffee and then wait for the raffle.
And make sure to buy some merch, buy your raffle tickets, buy your cup of coffee or something else to drink, because at the end of the game that is not possible anymore. So we will start with Torture and Dusty with two blockers for Oslo, making it fairly easy for Dusty to get out first. Star pass on the Oslo side though.
Katla Nightmare now became the jammer, trying to put some pressure on London to see if they call the jam, but they don't seem to be cooperated. So Katla Nightmare now jamming, getting some help from their blockers, but London is just coming back and scoring 4 more points.
Oslo now having one blocker return from the penalty box. Hopefully that will help them get their defense to hold Dusty a little bit better. Star pass has been issued, of course. So Torture now also blocking. And with just Jeff returning from the penalty box, we have now 2 jammers blocking.
That's interesting, isn't it? Let's see how they do.
Dusty finding, trying to find that opening. And Oslo jammer, formerly known as Pivot, now through and scoring points for Oslo. London was able to put in 3 scoring trips with that last trip. 3 points, 3 passes, 3 legal passes on blockers makes that a 3-point scoring trip. 4 against 11. Oh, nice numbers on the board again. 5-5 against 8-8.
Beautiful.
London making that lead a little bit more comfortable, but of course, after this first period, there is still a second period. And I have noticed that Oslo comes back really strong after a halftime.
We'll have to see if they manage to do it this time.
Picante finds the opening on the inside and just runs through, becomes lead for Oslo. Palmergeddon with the star in hand, having to pass that tripod, being pushed over that inside line there. Passes the star to the pivot, but
Picante gets out right in front, followed by the previously pivot, now jammer from London.
Bothwell now jamming for London. And as to be expected, the call off by Picante, making sure that there are no points for London in this jam. 4 points for Oslo, or are we still discussing 2 points added to the score? 6 points in total for Oslo, making 61 against 88 on the scoreboard. Last jam of this first period. Let me hear you! Oh!
Whoa,
Struggle.
that was a fast jump start for London, getting out of the pack really quick.
Power jam for London, and this is of course a really nice way to end this first period for London with struggle lead. Oh!
They make it look so easy.
Sometimes jammers are just too fast to catch. And Struggle is a jammer that can change direction very quickly. But now Oslo defense holding Struggle in the pack there. And
all players are back on track. They don't seem to be
just Jeff back
in the box anymore.
Yes, just Jeff fighting there in the front against that tripod, 3-person wall, now being recycled all the way back to the jammer line.
That's heartbreaking for a jammer.
Comes in hard, trying to disrupt the tripod, is able to get through, finish their initial trip. But of course, then we have the call off from London, keeping Oslo at 0 in this jam and 11 points, making 99 for London as we go into intermission. So go check your prizes at the end. It will be drawn in this period. Torture. We're a little. Torture and Dusty.
ready for jump number 2 of the second half.
Picante and Struggle lining up as jammers. Both jammers taking a little run up. London with 3 blockers on track. 4th blocker getting ready to get back on track. Oh, penalty for Struggle.
And Picante is out and gets lead for Oslo.
Picante from the outside, going to the center, getting out for the first scoring trip. London ready to catch Picante again, but Picante almost able to stay in bounds.
Both jammers back on track. And they call off the jam.
Struggle was in the pack, but not passing any blockers before the 4th whistle. 3 points though for Picante in that scoring trip, 7 in total. Makes 70 against 100, 30-point game. Palmergeddon and Just Jeff with the stars on the helmets.
With a very strong pack. Blockers from both teams not giving an inch for 3.
Just Jeff pushing against that tripod in pink. Able to move them a little bit, but now on the outside, Palmergeddon finds the space to get out and become a lead jammer. Palmergeddon taking a little tumble. Oh,
Looks
and
like
Just Jeff
Oslo jammer might be injured. Let's check. We need a little pause to check on our players. They're giving the roll. And it's a tough sport. Sometimes we need some a bit of extra time to check on them. So big shout out to our volunteer medics that are doing a great job making sure everyone is on shape. Great time for our track ninjas to check on the track, make sure it's all good, not breaking. The rope under the tape is not coming out.
Because of course, when that is exposed, it might be dangerous, tripping danger. And thank you for appreciating our potentially a little bit injured and our medics as well. With that jam called off for injury, that also means that the person who it was called off for is not allowed to come back on track for 3 jams.
Both teams ready for the next jam. Pushing forward, pack speeding forward. And London getting the lead. Dusty ahead. Kiki Longskates trying to follow. Just got through. London calls off the jump after getting 4 points and not giving Oslo any chance to get too close to the pack.
This morning I also had one of those moments of Kiki Longskates screaming in my face. Ah!
That's a signature move.
So behind the jammer line, we see Torture and Struggle, with Oslo having one blocker in the box, a slight blocker advantage for London. Struggle recycled a couple of meters back. Torture in the front now, 3 blockers to pass. Getting a little bit of help, but it is Struggle out first. The jammer for London. Torture now also out, about half a track behind. London now 2 blockers in the box, but Struggle is able to put 2 points on the board.
Some penalties being called that the jam was off. They happened during the jam, but they are being called right now. So
nice sportsmanship there, checking if that blocker was okay after a hit or a little tripping by Struggle. We see Picante and Palmergeddon with the stars on the helmets. Both teams blockers in the box, but it is Palmergeddon with even 2 blockers able to get the jammer, but Picante putting the chase in, forcing that potential. Oh, Picante!
that was a sneaky move.
Big smile, happy with that move. Both jammers back in the pack, and Palmergeddon looking around for the coach. Do I need to call this jam off? 6 points for London, 5 points for Oslo. 1 point win for London, making 1-1, 2 points on the board against 7-5 for Oslo. Kiki long skates and Dusty jamming. Both teams full contingency of blockers on track. Nice recycle there. Kiki long skates thinking that was maybe an out of play, but number 222 Diarrhea was still in play, so that was a cut. And Kiki has to sit down in the penalty box, making this a power jam. Lots of falls.
London blockers working hard to help their jammer through. They call off the jam.
Dusty calling off that jam after scoring on all 4 blockers, making sure that the next jam starts with only 1 jammer on track, and that jammer is Struggle. Struggle in the pack. They're trying to peel off those blockers with a little bit of help from Bothwell, I think that is. But Kiki long skates now also back on track. So both jammers still eligible to become lead jammer. Star pass on the Oslo side, meaning that means now Struggle is the jammer. Call off there. 1 point for London.
This was a very busy jam. We had a hard time following. the points. Now we have Palma jamming for London, and Picante for Oslo just got a cutting penalty. It's staying in the box.
And Palmergeddon with the star in hand. Another time maybe too soon to take off the star. Oh, 2 jams in a row. Some confusion about who could become lead. Palmergeddon putting points on the board though.
We will have a long full 2 minutes jam.
Palmergeddon making sure that was a legal trip, legal pass of all the blockers. Picante putting the chase in, both jammers now eligible, scoring.
Tiptoeing on the inside line, gets them through, gets the points.
Palmergeddon just staying behind there to maybe also block a little bit, forcing Picante to go all the way back to the apex. Everybody in the corner 4. Everybody
is coming together. This is a busy road.
Everybody moving backwards as well. We've had some backwards derby today.
Picante found a way out, while Palmergeddon seems to be struggling a bit right now, but
even points on the board right now. Oh, nice one from Picante. And aware of the clock running out. No sense in speeding to try to get more points.
Good control of how many seconds were left on that jam. Not wasting any energy.
1 point win. A lot of work for a 1 point win, but 12 points in total for Oslo, 11 for London, makes 91 against 128.
A torture getting lead for Oslo in this 10th jam of the second half. Dusty is just out. They call it off. No points for London, 2 points for Oslo.
With one blocker from London going to the penalty box, that second point was scored on by Torture. And next up are Picante and Struggle. Struggle thought to be out, but made a cut in the trip through. And it is lead for Picante.
Lots of players suddenly sitting in the box.
Picante now 2 to pass, but quick to get back on track and scoring the points.
More penalties.
Both teams getting penalties right now. Picante, quick feet.
They are out of the pack. Pack speeding forward. They seem to be in a rush.
Nice turnaround pass there from Struggle.
Oh, they get back to the pack right when the jam was about to be called up and get 2 more points for London.
Both teams on that scoring trip getting 2 points. and a team timeout called by London.
Beautiful numbers again on the score.
Nice numbers, really. 103 and 130 on the board. London taking a little break. 27-point game.
For those having tickets on the raffle, the rest of the prizes have been pulled off. And the rest of the numbers are S95, N82, X98, N10, G07, S63, and W75. We will repeat them again later, and after the game, if you did not catch up the numbers now, you can go to the prizes table and check if your number is there.
Official timeout, checking penalties on the board on the inside of the track there. 16 minutes and 13 seconds left in this game and in this tournament. Okay, one more time, the numbers for the raffle. If you have your raffle tickets, take them out. So after the game, you can come pick up your prize. Number S95, N, Nico, 82, X, 98, N, Nico, 10, G, 07, and S, 83. And of course, we are very thankful to Oslo Roller Derby organizing this event. So maybe you can help them get these last 15 minutes and maybe potentially win this game. Kiki long skates and struggle.
Very hard walls, but the jammers are both pushing very, very strongly. Both walls have to put all the brakes on, and Kike is out of the pack. Back going backwards, everyone recycling both jammers. This is the backwards game.
Bothwell signaling to their blockers to just keep going, just kill this clock, kill some time on the clock because there is no lead in this jam. And Kiki now also with star in hand. Bothwell now finding the opening and getting through.
Now the blockers trying to help their jammer. And recycling Kiki long skates back while Bothwell is back for a scoring back. Scoring trip.
Kiki long skates getting a penalty, forearms, and London making this jam go all the way back, costing a lot of time, making it a shorter time for Bothwell to actually push through that wall. And in their favor to run the clock because they are in the lead points-wise. So it makes sense that they did this. Only 2 points in that jam for Oslo and 4 for London, making it 109 against 134.
Now we have a power start for London.
And Palmergeddon, the only jammer on track. Oslo trying to play defense there, but of course London blockers able to help out their own jammer. And Palmergeddon out as lead. All the people in the penalty box got the call to stand, meaning that they have 10 seconds left. And now all at the same time released.
Two Oslo blockers trying to stop Palmergeddon in the front. But now they manage to get a full wall back on as all players in both teams are back on track.
Star pass on the Oslo side, Feline now jammer for Oslo. And Palmergeddon giving Feline a hit, having them take more time to come around in the pack, potentially. Oh, nice one, Feline.
Okay. London calls off.
Palmergeddon then looking at the bench coach. Can I call it off yet? The hands go up and to the hips. The call off signal. 5 points for London, making, and 4 points for Oslo, making this a 26-point game.
It's getting close. 11 minutes left. Now we have Picante jamming for Oslo and Dusty for London.
Oh, a forearm penalty called on Dusty. Makes Picante the lead jammer. And this is of course what Oslo needs to try to close that gap, have all their blockers. Oh, Picante is so good at staying inbounds on those toe stops, just turning around the blocker. As if they have eyes in their back sensing where that line is. It is hard work though, fighting against that wall.
Both walls are shown to be really, really strong. Very, very stable blockers. Hard to push through them. Now both jammers back on track. And Dusty is out as they are being called a new penalty.
Dusty having to sit down in the penalty box yet again. Picante looking at the bench coach. Can I call it off now? Because this is hard work. Making sure that the next jam will start in a power start. And with those 8 points, bringing it back to an 18-point game.
Just Jeff ready to start.
Power start.
With the help of their blockers. But London blockers are not easy to move. Pushing
9
through.
minutes in this game. It is still possible for Oslo, and it makes it easier if you cheer.
Last two blockers, last one in the front. Jeff keeps working, but comes back and gets out of the pack. Lead for Oslo.
In the meantime, Dusty back on track now, also trying to finish their initial trip. Oh, call. Again, Dusty having to go to the penalty box, this time for a cut.
This is really tough for London, and Just Jeff seems to be taking advantage of the situation.
Oh yes, this is what we want to see for a last game in the last few minutes.
Energy is going high. Just Jeff just managed to trip out of the pack, tiptoeing on the outside line, and comes back for more points.
Star pass towards, that is Harm assist. Oh my goodness.
This is getting close.
Team timeout for London. It does not really surprise me that this would be a moment to call for a team timeout. 14 points for Just Jeff in that jam, making this now a 4-point game. 7 minutes left.
7 minutes left. Now is the time to give it all. Cheer for your teams, cheer for your players. Help them find that last bits of energy.
7 minutes to lose your voice.
Here we go.
I can feel the excitement in my body. Are you excited?
Woohoo! Torture is dead focus.
Official timeout following this team timeout. Just making sure that everything is correct with this close of a game as it is right now. We need to know that everything is right and correct and placed in the right boxes. The data is correct. All the officials also get a breather and a drink of water for these last 7 minutes of excitement.
And remember that after these 7 minutes, there will be an after party.
Glitter!
So, Derby fan, it's not over after this game is over. After party will be at Rød in the city center. Follow your Oslo friends and they will lead you there.
Oh, not the 5 seconds. Okay, as we have mentioned, if you have raffle tickets, after this game you can come check with your raffle tickets if you want a prize. We have named the winning numbers. Should we repeat them again? I guess not, because
that was a good answer.
The game's starting.
Okay, Torture getting lit for Oslo.
Torture trying on the outside there with some help from some friends, but London was in on it and were able to push Torture over the outside line. Now able to get through and score the first points in this jam. Star pass on the London side. Harm assist now, your jammer for London. Call off by Oslo. 3 points added. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh!
Oh!
Look at that!
Leeching! You're doing the drinking game, this is the one to drink. Here we
Last
go.
5 minutes.
Little over 5 minutes left on the clock. New jammer for London on track. May cause mayhem jamming against Picante.
Energy's running high. All the players on track are on high on energy. Picante's out first. No.
May cause mayhem had already become lead, but has taken off the star apparently, because I don't see a star on any helmet. So I would think that there would not be a lead jammer anymore. This is going to be a 2-minute jam.
Both jammers fighting hard through two very high motivated walls on both teams.
Yes. Picante scoring points. May cause mayhem. Took the star off, lost their lead, is now out of the pack. Picante not going around for another one because the clock is already running down.
Trying to get some signs to her blockers. Always very aware of time, this jammer, and the many seconds that were left on the jam. What? Okay.
10 points in this game, people. 3.5 minutes left on the clock. Struggle jamming for London, torture jamming for Oslo. Struggle in the front, trying to make the most of it. Torture being recycled back behind the jammer line, but already pushing on that wall. And the struggle. Oh, it's torture.
Torture found a little spot and got out of the back on the outside, getting laid. Struggle found their space too. And they call it off before London has the chance to get any points. Playing it safe now there.
How are your heart rates?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm so nervous. This end of a game, just 14 points to...
Oh. Weird ball coming from nowhere.
Okay, we had a little distraction. The basketball ball coming.
We cannot handle this right now, please.
We have 2 minutes left.
it just coming back from the ceiling, getting unstuck from all this excitement and stomping on the floor? Or was it somebody doing this? We will never know.
It's the mystery of the basketball ball on the last 2 minutes of the game.
What ghosts are going around here? Almost Halloween. Yes! Let's hear it for London! Let's hear it for Oslo! And now I will shut up because the officials will get mad. They're discussing stuff, and when we get loud, they have a hard time. Let's hear it for the officials! Whoop, whoop.
Everybody seems to be ready.
Paul Margeddon and Just Jeff with the stars. And London with a little more, few more blockers on the track. Oh, Just Jeff having to sit down in the penalty box with also 3 blockers in the penalty box makes it a fairly easy pass there.
Oslo having 2 blockers now on track. Still too easy for Paul Margeddon that just swings by, getting all those points back. Another scoring trip for London.
2 points in this game right now. Just Jeff released from the penalty box.
All players, both teams go back on track. Energy is high. And Just Jeff managed to get out of the pack.
The call off. 2 points in this game. Oh, what?
Okay, this is not. We're all going to have a heart attack tonight. 154 to 154. This is the closest game of the weekend.
Okay, just checking in with everybody. How is your heart rate right now? Okay, we will have at least one more jam, and this will decide, probably.
Both teams standing ready to cheer for their teammates on track. Huge responsibility to all players right now on track for the last jump. This jump will decide most likely who will win the game.
Okay. official review called by London, and it seems like they're still seconds on the game clock. That means there will be another jam. Okay, this heart attack is going to last a little longer.
Don't get your heart attack yet.
Remember, after the game there will be an award ceremony. So first we will have the honorary round where you can give high fives. After that, there will be an award ceremony. So especially for the skaters, it's important to hang out a little bit. Maybe you won an award. And of course, there's an after party. You don't have to remind the skaters of an after party. Glitter is involved, so.
To discuss what's going on. This can have a big impact for the teams and the final result.
Okay. 3-point lead for Oslo at this moment. There will be another jam and we will wait what the result of this official review is. Okay, revolving doors for the London jammers there. That official review was about to call off if it was called off track and if there should have been a penalty, but the no call stands. There we go. Paul Margetten. Oh! Picante!
Picante controlling the game, controlling the time, keeping an eye on everything that's happening, trying to inform their teammates about it.
Ending this game in a power jam with Picante doing the one hand out of bounds jammer thingy. Paul Margetten back on track with the star in hand, but being pushed over that inside line.
Picante trying to get as many points as she can on this last jam.
Rankings.
Everything counts, every point is important. So elegant calling off the jam.
OMG, what a way to end this tournament. Oslo wins this game. Unofficial score, rolling game.
So strong, so hard. Okay, now remember, whenever the official score is announced, you can calm down and high-five the teams. Show some love to your favorite skaters.
Yes.
Final score.
That's the signal. End of this game. Oslo wins. And come down to the line. Give some high fives. After that, stay around for the award ceremony and check your raffle tickets.
Thank you everyone for cheering your lungs out, for coming, for supporting.
Thank you, audience. Thank you, Oslo, for organizing this fabulastic tournament. Let's do that again. Come on, go for another one. Go for another one. Come on, come on. Let's do it again.